Hank, what was the conversation kind of like with Coach Freeze when he told you, "Hey, you're gonna be the backup"?
Yeah, so when I was told, I was with Coach Austin, and he let me know, and I've talked to Coach Free since, but they were just telling me that I need to be ready, and that the coaches had agreed that I had a good camp and graded out well, and so ultimately they're gonna prepare me like I'm gonna be the starter. So I want to just continue to work hard and continue to listen to what they're telling me to do.
You weren't the most highly recruited quarterback. Do you feel like you kind of got something to prove?
No doubt, I definitely do. I definitely have a lot to prove. As you said, I wasn't super highly recruited, and as I was heading to Liberty with Coach Freeze, I think they knew, but I definitely feel like there's a lot to prove and a lot that I need to show all of college football what I can do.
Hank, what was it about Coach Freeze, Coach Austin, about those guys where, you had a good opportunity to go with your high school coach to UAB, obviously, but where you decided, hey, I want to stick with them, I want to keep going with them and go to Auburn?
Yeah, I think one thing I've been taught is to put myself in uncomfortable positions, and that may seem a little odd, obviously, when you're choosing your college, but playing in the SEC is a different level, and that's something that I wanted to challenge myself with, and be able to, I think, obviously grow more playing at the highest level that you can in college football. And so I definitely felt like I was capable of that. And obviously Coach Freeze and Coach Austin have something that not a lot of coaches have. And Coach Freeze, his authenticity is off the charts, and that's something that you don't get in college football. These coaches, they'll say whatever they want you to hear in recruiting, but with Coach Freeze, he's real, and he'll tell you exactly what he feels. And so, and then with Coach Austin, he's a one of a kind. He's, in my mind, the smartest QB coach in all of college football, and he is known for developing quarterbacks really well. So, just super excited and blessed to be able to be with them.
You said that you taught to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Where did that kind of come from?
Yeah, as y'all were talking about Coach Silver, that's something that he taught me in high school. And he taught me that you don't grow when you're comfortable, and you have to step out of your comfort zone and get put in positions where you are uncomfortable, and that's where you grow the most, is in those uncomfortable positions. And so from a football aspect, there's many different ways that you can put yourself in those uncomfortable positions, and coaches specifically help you by putting you in uncomfortable positions, not making you comfortable and making you feel like you have to grow in those situations.
Hank, you may have said this. What are some specific things that when they said, hey, you're going to be quarterback too, what if they told you, hey, we like what you're doing in camp, these are a couple things we think you're doing really well, and maybe one or two things that you say, I still need to get better at?
Yeah, I think they mentioned they love that I graded high out on the deep balls, just being able to, be successful in the passing game, in the drop back game, and just really anytime we're passing. But they said I graded out well in those. And then one thing that I need to work on specifically is protections, just mastering the protections, getting on the same page with the O-line, and getting myself protected on, whatever play it is.
How hard is it, and you probably haven't had to do it very much, to be, okay, I got to be ready to play just like I'm the starter, knowing that you might not even play at all? How difficult is that?
Yeah, it can be difficult, but I'm going to approach it in a way that I'm going to try and make it as easy as I can. But obviously it's going to be hard because you don't know when that time is. But I'm going to prepare myself like that time is going to come, that game, for example. And I'm going to prepare myself as best I can to be ready to go whenever that does happen.
One of the things we've seen and I've heard is you have a willingness to let it go, to let it fly. If it's there, where have you always sort of been like that? I mean, you don't really have any sort of conservative nature in terms of chunking it downfield.
Yeah, I think I've always been like that. You know, I'm not afraid to give our playmakers a shot. You know, I think especially with the guys we have, you know, it's just it's another opportunity if you put the ball in the right spot and let it fly like I like to do. Like, you know, obviously I think it's just, you know, better chances, better probabilities for us to have success. And so that's something that I've always kind of been, I guess you'd call it a gunslinger or whatever, but I think it's definitely something I'm proud of and I'm going to stay doing.
How much did the bowl game do for your confidence?
It was huge. The bowl game was definitely huge for my confidence, and I think it definitely helped project kind of, you know, where I was headed in spring ball and then in fall camp, obviously, and it kind of overlaid. But you know, I think as we were talking about earlier, you know, I got a lot to prove, and so I think it helped me just prove kind of who I am as a quarterback and what I can do.
What have you seen from Peyton in camp, specifically as he's grown, and what does he mean to you and your development?
Yeah, you know, Peyton's had a great camp, and it's been huge for me just to be able to be with him and watch him, and from the experience he has, you know, I've just been able to learn a lot. And you know, when it comes to defensive recognition or, you know, ID in the front, whatever it is, you know, getting yourself protected, he's been able to, you know, help me out with that and allow me to grow alongside with him. And so that's been big for me, and it's been cool to see him have some success, and I'm excited to see what he can do. But yeah, he's been awesome.